Alright, brothers and sisters, what's up? I'm here one more again to share with y'all some knowledge about how to put down this 3D. It's a it's a two-man tag team between me and my daughter. We put it down. We do the work of a lot of people. A lot of people who get paid a lot of money. Now, let's jump right into it. The first thing you have to do when you're making a 3D movie is make a story. You have to write a story. Story writing for animation, that person makes $49,483 a year, according to Glassdoor.com. And that's a lot of money, $49,483 a year. That's the first step we do. We write a story. Now that we have a story, what I do is I do the voice acting and the sound design. I make the story come alive with voice acting and sound design. Voice acting is a person acting with the voice, and the sound design is the sounds that go into the movie, like walking and stomping or ringing or whatever. And that's the next step, is sound design. Sound design, you get paid $49,000 a year. $49,000 a year for sound design. Voice actors get paid hourly. They do like $29 to $31 an hour for a voice actor. So if you have a voice actor acting your story, they could charge you $29 to $31 an hour, according to Glassdoor.com. And this is the U.S. average, that, the average price in America someone would charge you. Now the next step is storyboard. Storyboard is like making a comic book, but it's pictures that you draw to describe your story, and that tells your story. And it's on small pieces of paper. It's not in the book. It's usually done with separate sheets of paper that you could discard, and you can make another one to replace another one just in case you change your mind with the story going. Anyway, storyboard artists, these people get paid $104,640 a year, according to Glassdoor.com. That's $104,640 a year. And I'm doing a job. Storyboarding, voice acting, and sound design, and story writing. Now the next step, my fourth step, is number 4 is modeling. Modeling is when I use a 3D program to create a character, or it could be a building, a thing, a person, place, or a thing. Now, I'm showing you me doing it from the ground up. I started with a circle and a square, and I got to this point. Now, how much do they make? $49,679 a year, according to Glassdoor.com. That is the average salary in America for a modeler, a person that just make these characters, using these 3D shapes. They don't animate them, they don't move them, they don't color them. They just make them physically, make them, give them a head, give them arms, fingers, and do all the details They don't do no more than that. Those are modelers. Now, my fifth step is texturing. Texturing, after a person model, they are gray. The model is gray, standing there with no detail. Well, somebody comes and give them detail. It's like putting a picture and smacking a picture on them, kind of. You can paint them. You can do different things to give them detail. And that's what texturing is about. Texturing. A texturing person that do texturing gets paid $73,000 to $80,000 a year, according to Glassdoor.com. That's $73,000 to $80,000 a year. Next is rigging. Rigging is when you take this model. It has a texture on it. It has, a shape and everything. Now we're going to make it move. You give it bones. You give it a skeleton. You use a technique called skinning to chop it up in pieces, and you give it a skeleton that moves those pieces and therefore animates the model. That is called rigging, giving it bones. Rigging. Okay, a rigger, a person who do rigging, how much do they make? They make $25,585 to $71,415 a year. $25,000 to $71,000 a year. That's a lot of money for rigging. That's very technical. I do that job, and that's a job that I could get paid doing. I could get paid $25,000 doing that. But I'm doing it for myself and for my people. Now that's according to animationcareerreview.com. That's animationcareerreview.com. The next step, the seventh step, is animating. Animating is very difficult. It takes several people, a lot of people to do animation. It's very hard. It's obviously moving the character, animating them and bringing them to life. That pays an average of $70,000 a year. That's $70,000 a year. $70,000 for animating these 3D characters. And that is according to Glassdoor.com. Next, we have lighting. Lighting is when you take a lamp. In the 3D world, you have lamps to light everything up, and you light it up so that you can see the character. Lighting has a science to it. It's not easy. It sounds like it's easy, but it's hard. It's so hard that you get paid $98. I'm sorry, I said 98. I'm tired. $98,770 for lighting. That's $98,770. That's more than an animator just for lighting. Now, step number 9. Step number 9 is VFX or video effects. Video effects is like special effects in a movie. Special effects is when a movie physically has effects like masks, explosions, fire, pyrotechnics. That's called special effects. But when a computer is used in 3D format to do the same thing, it's called video effects. VFX. That gets paid $68,020 a year. 68,000 basically a year. Now on to compositing. Compositing, color correction, color grading. All this has to do with putting an image on top of another image and controlling the coloring, controlling the darkness, the lights, the hues, and also compositing is putting an image on top of an image. Okay, I do not know how much they get paid, but I know they get paid a lot. Step 11, that's rendering. Rendering is when the software turns all of those little frames of animation, gathers them up, and turn them into one movie. That is rendering. It takes all your images, all your animation, and all of your compositing, take all them frames and put them together, make a movie, and that's rendering. Step 12, that's editing. Editing is when you cut out the parts that you don't like and you make certain parts shorter of the movie, and you put some parts together with other parts and pieces of the movie. You'll cut out sections you don't want. Basically that's editing. And then step 13, well, there is a final rendering. Like step 11, when you render everything, the final render includes the editing that you did. It includes the compositing that you did. And that is your final finished piece. That's your final rendering. Okay, brothers and sisters, that'll be that for now. I know this was a little bit longer one, probably boring, but I hope it was educational. So that's what I'll be doing. That's the jobs that I'll be doing, and the sweat and tears and everything that I'll be doing with it. So until next time, brothers and sisters, peace out.